Hi, thanks for stopping by. I'm Michael Krasilovsky, teamkrealty.com. Today I want to quickly go over Today I'd like to discuss what to expect from a home inspection if you're the buyer or the seller. Okay, home inspector is working for the buyer. They are going to poke and prod all over the house that you just got an offer accepted on, and they are going to do so to cover your interests. They are working specifically for you, not for the seller. So when you're the buyer of the house, you should expect that the home inspector is going to be really thorough. They're going to be on the roof of the house, in the attic if there is one, checking the exterior, looking for issues with the siding, pest and dry rot. In Oregon, we have a lot of crawl spaces, not necessarily basements. They'll be in that crawl space, crawling around, as the name would imply, imagine that, and looking for plumbing leaks, looking for if the vapor barrier is intact. They're going to be really, really thorough. When they get to the interior of the house, by the time they get that far, they'll be testing electrical outlets, testing the heating and cooling systems, if there are cooling systems, testing appliances, and using often other helpful tools such even as infrared cameras to look for leaks inside walls and verify, again, central heating and cooling systems are working properly. They're going to be so thorough, and they'll probably be there for a few hours. At the end of the inspection, the inspector will give you a summary report and debrief you and show you all the photos. This is a super helpful experience, especially for first-time and newer home buyers, because you can think of it almost as a lesson in home maintenance. And the inspection report that the inspector draws up for you with photos to show all the things that they've examined and found will be really helpful for your records too. We don't just ask the seller to presumably fix all things on an inspection report. It's not a shopping list. What we do, however, is talk together and look at the market conditions and look at your comfort level as a buyer for that specific house in that specific context and see, okay, what things do we need to, on principle or just out of necessity, negotiate to have the sellers repair for us. Sometimes those are lender-required repairs, especially if there's an appraiser who's going to be following the home inspection. They need to make sure that things like the roof have 5 years left on it, for example. It's a common benchmark. And they also need to clear for the bank, the appraiser that is, that there's not copious pest and dry rot issues with the house, and double check if there's code violations. So you do have some leverage to get those things done. When you are the seller, what you should expect from a home inspection is that the buyer's agent and the buyers and the home inspector are going to be in your house for a few hours on that day, which obviously is going to be scheduled ahead of time. You should please, pretty please, make sure that the home inspector has access to be able to test those vital systems. They need to have clear access to the attic, for example. There shouldn't be things in the way. They need to be able to get into the crawl space without going through your stuff. No one wants to go through your personal stuff, and no one wants you to feel like your personal stuff was gone through, because that feels like a violation of privacy. So please do your absolute best to make sure that things like the attic, crawl space, electrical outlets, heating and cooling systems are really easy to quite literally inspect, because that's what we're there to do that day. So I hope this helps. Home inspection is an extremely crucial part of the purchase process. You don't want to buy a house without a home inspection in 99.999% of the examples. So really a good idea, very worthy investment. And there are occasionally even other supplemental inspections that your realtor will advise for you to do, things like sewer scopes, well inspections, septic inspections, lead-based paint inspections, asbestos inspections, things like that. Depends on the house and market that you're in. So definitely lean on them for that advice. Appreciate you stopping by. If you have feedback, questions, or thoughts for future videos, definitely leave them in the comments below. And if we can ever be of service here in the Mid-Willamette Valley in Oregon for all your real estate needs, drop us a line. You can reach us here or find us on teamkrealty.com. We're never too busy for you, and if you're not in our local market and you still need a referral to a fantastic real estate agent wherever you might be, don't hesitate to lean on us so that we can be of service in connecting you with someone who will take great care of you there. Thanks so much for stopping by. Subscribe for more content, and we'll see you next time.